welcome back to Sheepdog Gun Armory channel. Today we are here to talk about AR-15s. I don't know about you guys, but I think it is the most customizable gun on the planet with infinite possibilities, and each of us brought our own favorite one that we built today, so we're going to show you guys all the really cool stuff you can do with these things.
Yeah, the AR-15 is also known as the Legos of the gun world, at least to most aficionados of the AR-15. The reason being is because you can do so much with it. There's so much parts, so much different kits, so just all kinds of stuff you can do to these things and personalize them literally to your taste. Good example would be, you wanted to do a customized internal kit. Hey, you can pick whatever internal kit you want.
Colored magazines?
Colored magazines, you can do those as well. And then Alex, you've done a couple of builds through us here.
Yep. I mean, another thing is you build one AR, you can have multiple ARs, you can change the upper out, change your barrel, do whatever you need to do. There's several different calibers, 300 Blackout, 6.5 Grendel, 5.56, 223s, like
you can use them for different reasons
right?
too. I mean, home defense ARs, long range ARs, all kinds of cool stuff.
There's some builds that people do just strictly for going to the range, enjoying themselves, or just a little bit of precision shooting. AR-15 is basically, I guess you would say, 500 meters, give or take, in the end.
About that, effectively.
But I've known some people to take them out to 800, pretty on point. So, but yeah, we're going to start talking about what we built. Each one of us has our own build that we did for our own specific reasons. We brought our favorite one in today to talk with you folks about and let you in as to why we built what we built and why. So with that being said, I guess I'll grab mine and go first. I've got the most simplest one out of all of them. All right, folks, so this is my 300 Blackout. So the 300 Blackout cartridge, little short, stubby, fat guy in 30 caliber, and it's also in subsonic. So they got supersonic, subsonics. That's the one thing I really like about this caliber is you can go from 110 grain all the way up to like 240 grain. So there's a wide range that you can hit up. It's also developed out of the parent cartridge, which is the 5.56, as everybody pretty much already is familiar with. And my build, I started with an Anderson receiver, upper and lower. I know people like to pick on that poverty pony, they call it, but I've had this thing for going on 10 years and never had an issue with it at all. So I can't complain. It's worked. I wouldn't give it up for nothing. Starting from the back end here, I've got the 6-hour brace on there. I do have paperwork in process for this, so this will get changed out to a stock as soon as I get my SBR form back. I have a Radian Raptor charging handle. It is a suppressor Radian Raptor charging handle, so it does vent the gases the proper way so that it doesn't all get blown out into your face. I've got a Magpul K2 grip on it because it's a smaller weapon, and I wanted a little less angle on the grip rather than the standard AR-15. I do have a 6-hour optic, Romeo XDR. This is also known as the Predator optic. It's actually got a triangle in green with a dot in the middle if you want, or you can customize it however you like. It's got a lot of different infinite adjustments there. Excuse me. So this is actually a fun optic to use. I actually started out with the primary arms red dot. And to this day, that red dot is still working. It's at home, just waiting for another build that I'm going to do. But I just like this optic because of what it looks like, and it's just cool and fun to have. Now, I do have a little clip right here. This clip is for a brass catcher because I do reload my own stuff, so I like to save it sometimes. So I have that on there just for that purpose. Basic sights, nothing fancy. Don't need anything super fancy on there, just something that'll work if I need to. I've got a Samson Engineering handguard. It's an 11-inch handguard, and this is actually a Keymod handguard. Back in the day, Keymod was pretty big, and then M-Lock took over. But all right, and then also I've got the BCM CAG angled grip on there. You can't have a vertical grip on a pistol. Even if this was an SBR already, I would still leave that CAG grip on there. It's very comfortable, easy to handle. I've got some grip pads there. They work. They're functional. They work really well. I had it for a long time without the grip pads, and just recently decided to put those on there. So even though it's a almost 10-year-old build, it's still doing little stuff to it here and there. Surefire pressure pad with the Surefire light. Why not? You got to have good vision at night, right? And this is a home defense weapon, so I also use it at the range. So as a multi-use weapon, I have it set up the way I need it to be for what I do with it, which is mostly home defense. Some range time. I do have a QD mount, and then there's a QD mount right here as well. So I can run a variety of slings on there. The trigger on this is the Rise Armament trigger, a 3.5 pound pull. I do have the pin locks on there, so that way pins don't accidentally fall out on you. I did have at one point one of them start to walk out, so after that I lock all my pins, just as a matter of reason. Sandman S, dead air suppressor, because it's 300 blackout. Why not? Even if it was a 5.56, I would still do the suppressor on it. And to go along with that, I have the Sandman or the key mod brake on there. Works fantastic with pretty much almost all dead air suppressors. But yeah, and it's got the dead air flash hider tip on there. But that's my build.
So, surprise, surprise, another 300 blackout build. Thing about 300 blackout is I intended this to be a home defense gun, and 300 blackout is a nice big round that shoots extremely quiet. So, I don't want my kids having to have their ears blown out, or my wife, or my dogs. So I mean, this round is whisper quiet. All the spring in my buttstock is louder than the actual round coming out of this. So just to go over my build a little bit, I got a Magpul CTR stock. Then I got a Fail Zero BCG. I love their products, never failed me. And then I got a Magpul sling going on here. The upper and the lower are Aero Precision upper and lower. I love their stuff. Never had issue, no failures. They have little details like a flared magwell. Makes it, for the price that you have to pay for it, it's well worth your money. I never have any issues with it. And then I added a few things. I have a Unity riser with a Romeo or Juliet magnifier, and then I have a EOTech optic that's designed for 300 blackout. And the reason why I chose EOTech is this thing's bulletproof. Even if I break it, I'm still going to be able to see it because it's a holographic sight. And I'm looking for reliability over anything else, and I need optics because I don't run irons. And then to go over the grips of Magpul K2 Plus, I got an Elfman trigger. This trigger is phenomenal. And I did go with a Radian 45-degree safety switch because you never know. A second can mean life or death. So I also run light. I got a Streamlight HLX with a switch and a full-on switch. And then Aero Precision handguard with a angled grip, because at one point this was a pistol, but now it's SBR'd. And then I'm running a Sandman L versus Roger's running the Sandman S. And what I like about their products is that I could take his suppressor and put it on mine and a twist, and I'm good to go. So that's actually one very, very nice thing that I like about the Sandman series, and that it's interchangeability, and we're all AR fans, so interchangeability is a big plus. So other than that, I think that about covers everything for my rifle. So I will let Brandon come in and show off his stuff.
Alright, so the AR-15 I brought today is my personal favorite build that I have nicknamed Skeletor. So in my opinion, this is probably the most skeletonized AR-15 that anybody has ever built that actually does fire and functions. So, guns to me personally are machines, and sometimes machines are built for performance and sometimes they're built to be a piece of art. This is one that I built to be a piece of art. Every single part on this was completely done by me. It's been Cerakoted in a tungsten gray color and graphite black to accent all the little parts. Starting from the front and working our way back, we have tons of Frankenstein parts, if you will. I have a hexagon cut barrel right here to match the hexagon hex mag that I also cut out right here, so you can watch the rounds actually feed in and out of the gun. We have Spec Ops tactical handguards. We have Ghost firearms, lower receivers, Ghost firearms buttstocks. We have Tactical Dynamics skeletonized pistol grips, and we also have certain things that I cut out by hand. So we'll do a pan up a little bit closer here in a little bit so you guys can see it, but the lower receiver I actually cut by hand, Dremels, files. I also did the same thing on the buffer system right here. It's a little hard to see, but you can actually watch every single part function and cycle. We can watch how the hammer grabs the disconnect and everything. It's just a really, really cool, interesting piece that I built, and very, very proud of it. you know, you would have to pry this thing from my dead hands, because I'll probably never ever sell it, because I know there's pretty much nothing like this that exists in the world. So that is my AR that I want to show you guys. We'll do some pans on it. Maybe we'll take it to the range. We'll shoot right next to it so you can see the springs move in slow motion. That way you can just check out the piece of art that I built. So thank you guys for letting me share, and see you on the range.